bad and he's out cold badly. Ref, he's dead, you fucking idiots. Ref, stop the fucking fight, ref, he's fucking out cold. Fuck you.
You know, if this was anybody other than RampageJackson's son, I don't think there'd be any empathy here at all. But we all love Rampage, and he's the man, you know. And the fact that he's his son, we're all sitting here like, bro, what the fuck, you know? And what do we think about this? You know, if it was just anybody else in the world, it'd be like, bro, throw that motherfucker, you know, in the cage and throw the key away, man. And that's probably what's going to happen to him. Like,
when I heard about this, I went, all right, how can I defend Raja? I look at all the videos. I watched the full live stream and all that. I got nothing. I can't. You can't defend this. I see this. It's so sad. Because he was just getting started. And that all goes away.
Hey, man, dog gotta go to prison. I usually don't like to involve myself in other men's situations, but I feel I'm qualified to speak on this. Dog messed up. And if it's Rampage, I love Rampage. Rampage, turn your son in. He gotta go lay down for the, like, if it was my son, that's what I would tell him.
RampageJackson's son, RajaJackson, is in the spotlight for all the wrong reasons after a shocking incident at Knox's ProWrestling event. The 25-year-old reportedly launched a brutal assault on wrestler Stuart Smith, slamming him to the mat before raining down more than 20 punches. Smith was left unconscious and had to be rushed to the hospital, with many witnesses describing the attack as nothing short of an attempted murder. RajaJackson and his father, RampageJackson, eventually spoke about the incident during a live stream, where Raja argued that the blame lay with the cameraman, claiming things got out of hand only because the recording kept going instead of being stopped.
It wasn't my fault.
Well,
The goddamn cameraman's fault. I know he's watching this shit. If you watching this shit, nigga, how could you? How fucking could you? That's what I expected, though. It's all good. We gonna figure.
RampageJackson spoke out about the controversy involving his son Raja and Psycho Stu, revealing that he had been receiving death threats. He explained that much of the hate came from racist individuals who accused him of being a bad parent and painted him as the mastermind behind the situation. Rampage called the backlash unfair and stressed that no matter what he says, people always twist his words.
how you doing, Mr. Jackson? Anything to say about? And you know, first of all, really sorry. We're really sorry about the whole situation.
I wish I could.
Yeah, I just wanted to see if there was any updates.
People give me death and stuff like that, like fucking answer. Calling me a bad boss. It's uncalled for.
That's uncalled for. None of this is your fault. It's a. You made your explanation.
Anything I say gets twisted anyway. So
Yeah.
No,
here, hey, prayers are with you and your family, man. Seriously.
Many MMA professionals expressed shock over RajaJackson's reckless behavior, with most agreeing that the spoiled fighter deserves jail time to understand the seriousness of his actions. MMA guru went as far as calling RajaJackson an animal, insisting he should be behind bars. He condemned the assault as a vicious attack filled with unanswered strikes on a defenseless man, arguing it looked as though Raja intended to kill him. Guru also praised the bystander with pink hair for stepping in to stop the beating, while criticizing everyone else for standing by without helping. He ended by saying Raja has no place in society and should be locked away.
Awesome Raja doing a classic 13%. I mean, I'm sick of seeing it raining down shots and unanswered. Dead people, like he's unconscious on the ground, you just slammed him on his head. And now you're throwing 12 unanswered punches over and over again until you're trying to kill him. And the ref and all those in the ring that didn't stomp his out when he was doing that. Bruv, Raja should have got out cold in that ring. No one was doing anything about it but that pink hair guy. Shout out to the pink hair guy for jumping in the ring and trying to stop him at least. Brother, dumb animal, put him in a cage. Straight up. Not a human. Not allowed in society. Control yourself, dumb bit. Bring that sparring partner back. Tornado kick him again. Dumb animal.
Matt Brown didn't hold back when addressing the incident where RajaJackson attacked a defenseless pro wrestler. He argued that if Roger weren't RampageJackson's son, there would be zero sympathy, but because of Rampage's legacy, some people feel torn. Brown admitted that if it were anyone else, the reaction would simply be to lock him up without hesitation. He emphasized that the video evidence speaks for itself, leaving little room for doubt, and even questioned how serious the charges could become. According to Brown, the fact that Roger kept hitting an already unconscious opponent means attempted murder or a similar charge could very well be considered.
If this was anybody other than RampageJackson's son, I don't think there'd be any empathy here at all, but we all love Rampage, and he's the man, you know, and the fact that he's his son, we're all sitting here like, bro, what the fuck, you know, and what do we think about this? You know, if it was just anybody else in the world, it'd be like, bro, throw that motherfucker, you know, in the cage and throw the key away, man. And that's probably what's going to happen to him. Like, you know, we could say they're investigating. Like, well, there's not a lot to investigate. Like, there's a video that shows it pretty goddamn clear. You know, what do we need to investigate here? So, you know, what's he going to get? You know, I don't know what, like, attempted murder is, but, I mean, he was knocked out and punching the shit out of him. You know, I don't know how far they go in there or what the details are to get that charge.
Matt Brown continued his response by stressing that aggravated assault and battery clearly applied, calling it an undeniable felony with no excuse. He slammed RajaJackson's behavior as a cowardly move, saying that if Roger wanted to fight, he should have done it fairly instead of ambushing his opponent. Brown explained that the pro wrestler had been preparing for a stage takedown when Roger spiked him on his head, adding that the victim was fortunate to escape with just a hospital stay, considering how deadly the attack could have been.
Assault's for sure, battery, you know what I mean? Like, this is a felony for sure, right? I mean, I don't think there's any way out of that. So, you know, kind of just is what it is for him now. But like what a shitty move, man. You know, like, you want to fight the guy. Like, dude was like, you know, we watched the video right before the podcast here. And, you know, the dude was like preparing for a pro wrestling style takedown, and motherfucker slammed him on his head. Like, you know, dude's lucky that, you know, they said he's hospitalized, but man, he's lucky that that's all.
Matt Brown acknowledged his respect and admiration for RampageJackson, but made it clear that his son still deserved punishment for his actions. He emphasized that the priority should be the victim's recovery, expressing hope that the man makes a full comeback, especially since he's a veteran who may already be dealing with PTSD. Brown said all anyone can do is send positive thoughts and hope for healing. But at the same time, he insisted that justice must be served and RajaJackson should be held accountable for what he did.
The guy's all right, man. That's about all you can say at the end of the day, right? Hopefully the guy just heals up and, you know, with some PTSD or being a veteran and everything, man, you know, just hope that the guy turns out okay, man. Send him some positive energy and hope for the best. That's about the most you can say about it. Other than that, you know, again, loving Rampage, but, you know, hopefully justice is done and his son gets what he deserves.
Sean Strickland took a different stance on the controversy, arguing that RampageJackson's son shouldn't be sent to prison, but instead placed in rehabilitation. He stressed that jail should always be a last resort, drawing from his own past when he was arrested at 19 and nearly sentenced to 6 years. Strickland explained that if the DEA had succeeded, he would have left prison indoctrinated by gangs and violence, likely ending up a killer himself. He admitted that as a teenager, he was even impressed by another inmate with a murder charge, a path he believed would have eventually ruined his life. Instead, Strickland was given a second chance through alternative sentencing, which included a short stint of jail or work release, anger management, and restitution. He said that experience, though miserable, changed his course and saved his future. For him, rehabilitation is always better than locking someone away because it offers young offenders the chance to rebuild rather than come out worse. Strickland insisted the bottom line isn't who someone is when they go to prison, but who they become when they get out, and he credits that chance with being alive today instead of dead or in prison for murder. However, Matt Brown strongly disagreed, saying Rampage's son deserved real punishment. He argued this wasn't a fair fight where both men defended themselves, but a vicious attack on an unconscious victim, which cannot be excused. Brown added that only Rampage himself could be expected to ask for leniency, because it was his son, but for everyone else there was no reason to show sympathy towards such actions.
I don't agree with Sean on that at all. You know, like, the dude doesn't, like, it'd be one thing, you know, if like they got in a fight and he fucked him up and, you know, hurt him bad, right? But like, the dude was defenseless and then knocked out. Like, fuck him. And the only guy that should not be saying fuck him is Rampage, right? Because it's his son, and he's the one that should be saying, you know, can we just give him some help or something? You know, try to stick up for him. But everybody else, I mean, we have no reason to have any sympathy for that kind of behavior.
Brendan Schaub responded to the incident involving RajaJackson by admitting that, as much as he wanted to, he simply couldn't defend it. He explained that he respects both Raja and Rampage, and even spoke directly with Rampage about the situation. But after watching the full livestream footage, there was nothing he could say to justify Raja's actions. Schaub called the whole ordeal unfortunate, noting that Raja was just beginning his journey, and now all of that potential has been lost.
Be transparent. I like Raja, and obviously I adore Rampage. Me and Rampage have a great relationship. I love Rampage. And it's just by nature, my initial thought was when I heard about this, and I spoke with Rampage, when I heard about this, I went, all right, how can I defend Raja? I look at all the videos, I watched the full live stream and all that. I got nothing. I got nothing. Oh, I can't, you can't defend this. I see this, it's so sad. Because he was just getting started, and that all goes.
Brendan Schaub went on to say that RajaJackson's future largely depends on whether the veteran pro wrestler decides to press charges. He explained that if the wrestler views the incident as a misunderstanding or part of a performance, Raja might avoid prison, but will still face massive backlash online. However, if charges are pursued, Schaub warned the situation could become extremely serious, with possibilities like attempted murder or aggravated assault being considered, making Raja's position very difficult. And with that, we wrap up today's video. Do you think RajaJackson should be sent straight to jail? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates and content.